Okay, now I'm going to show you how to apply for jobs by email. Now, this is the easiest method of applying for any job. With a little bit of practice, you can do it in less than a minute, which is faster than any other application. And if you've got 3 jobs, you'll do it in 3 minutes. I'll show you, and you'll be able to time me on one of these jobs, and it's dead easy. The other thing is, you'll be able to use this method on your mobile phone, down the job centre, down the library, even in the Learn Direct Centre, where you can't do anything, but you can do this. You don't need a memory stick. You don't need anything. All you need is the skill, and I'm going to show you how to do it. First of all, you need an internet window open. Any internet window will be fine. This one's great. Just click at the top, whatever's in there or whatever it is you're looking at, delete it, and just type. You'll need an email address, which I'll provide you with. You need, so I'll show you where your email address, the last part of your email address, and it does vary. Mine's Gmail, so I'm just going to write Gmail, gmail.com. Just type Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo, whatever in there, and press enter, and it will search for a sign-in box. And there it is. There's my Gmail. I could click that one. You can tell if it's a link because it turns into a finger. There's even got the sign-in box just there. So I'm going to just click sign in. Should take me straight to my sign-in. And here it is. That'll need my email address, which in this case is chris.ketchell. Make sure you type this in exactly right, not like I've done there. Ketchell3 at gmail.com. You can take your time. I'm in a hurry. I wouldn't click stay signed in. Don't do that because you don't want to stay signed in if you're leaving this computer, otherwise they'll be able to get in your emails. Then you type your password in. Be very careful because you can't see what you're typing, like I can't. I'm just guessing. So you've got to be very careful when you type your password. Type it in exactly right. You'll only get about 3 attempts and it'll lock you out. But if I've typed it correctly, the reason they're dots, by the way, in case you didn't know, it's so that if somebody's looking over your shoulder like you're looking at me now, you can't see the password, but I'm typing it in. So I'm going to sign in and hopefully this is going to work. There it is, signing me in. So we've got there. So I've got loads of emails here. All I want you to do is we're going to have a look at using SendMail. I'll quickly go down the boxes so you can see which is which. You've got your inbox, which is where you get all your emails coming in. You've got sent mail. Now, every time you send an email, this is what we're going to use now. A copy of it goes in your sent mail box, which is brilliant because we can reuse these emails. So what we're going to do, or what I'm going to show you how to do, is instead of every time I ask somebody to send a CV, they start looking for memory sticks and then they can't attach them and then they can't download them and it's on my computer. You don't need none of that. I've sent you an email and if you've not got it, I'll show you where it is, providing you're logged on. It's got your CV attached and it's also got a cover letter. Once you've sent it a couple of times, and I'll show you how to do this now, it'll always be in your sent items folder. So if you look in your sent items folder, I'm looking for an email that's got the CV already attached. Then I don't need any memory card or any special method, and you can do this on your phone. There's one now. I sent one earlier just in case, and once you've sent a couple, they'll always be there. The great thing about using your sent mail folder, if you do update your CV, it stores them so that the latest email that you send is right there at the top. So it keeps them in that order. So your newest CV will be right at the top. Now, to tell whether there's a CV attached to an email, there's a paperclip. Now the paperclip shows there's something attached. You won't know what's attached till you click on it, but at least you'll know there's something attached. And the clue is there. It's obviously I've been sending off for a job. So the chances are that's my CV, but you won't know till you click on it. Just be careful where you click. Somewhere around here where it turns into a finger on the subject line. If you click it, just open it. One click. And there it is. Dear Sir, Madam, there's my cover letter and there's my CV. It's already attached. Once I've found an email with a cover letter on and a CV already attached, the rest is easy. You just have to keep following this process. So what I'm going to do, basically, I'm going to just keep using the same email. Now I've got a job in front of me. You'll need some jobs or an exercise in front of you with some jobs and some email addresses. I've got some jobs, warehouse operative. I've got the reference number and I've got an email address I'm going to send it to. So here we go. Once your email's open, have a look for this character here. It does vary depending on what email address you've got, but the principles are always the same. It'll always have a reply button, which I don't want you to click, but then it'll have a drop down arrow. And wherever you see a drop down arrow, you get a choice. And one of those choices will be forward. Now I'm going to click this and you'll see it. There it is, forward. Forward means send this to somebody else, which is exactly what we're going to do every single time. So if you don't click forward, you can't do anything at all with this email. As soon as you click forward, it gets it ready to send on to someone else, which means you can edit it before it goes. So if I click forward, now Gmail, although it's the best, it is the most complicated. The new emails come down here. I'll scroll it up a little bit so you see it. So this is the forwarded email. It's already prepared to go. The other thing is you'll need to do is on this little arrow. This might take you a little bit of practice, but once you can do it, it's easy. Click the little arrow and choose edit subject, because we don't want them to know we're going to change the subject to the new job. And here it is. So your email's here, cover letter's there. It's just a basic cover letter. You can edit it. The CV's attached. So the main two things you've already got in front of you. We haven't had to attach anything. So all this wants is the most important thing, the new email address that you're sending it to. Now, I'm going to send it to amy@loadsofjobs.com. So first of all, put their email address in, amy@loadsofjobs.com. So that's their email address. Then in here, you want to put what the job is that you're applying for. This is the subject line. So in this case, it's a warehouse operative. And then put the reference number in, because they might have loads of jobs for warehouse operatives. So put the reference number in, and in this case it's 2377664C. So there we are, cover letter, CV's attached. That's the address it's going to, amy@loadsofjobs.com. Now, this is some forwarding information. You can just get rid of that. It's easy to get rid of, but if you're struggling with your IT, don't worry about it. It's not critical, but it's nicer if they don't see where it's already been. To get rid of it, you can just hold your mouse down here, underneath it anywhere, and then if you hold your mouse button, don't let go of it till you're above it, and then it's selected. Just press your delete key. There, it's all gone. Your letter really wants to start with a nice little "Dear Sir, Madam." Now, the other thing is, before I send this off, you can change your cover letter a bit. Don't change it too much, because then you've got to change it a lot then to send to another job. But what you should do, if the person has given you their name, in this case it's Amy, A-M-I-E, what you should do is address that person. So, Dear Amy, I'm going to put Dear Amy, and then I'm going to leave that. You can update that to make it more relevant. The other thing is, if you change this, you should change this. You put yours faithfully if you don't know who you're emailing. So if you put dear sir, madam, it's yours faithfully. If it's dear Amy, or if you know the name of the person, you put sincerely. Again, don't worry too much about this, but it will give you an extra little point if you do that. If somebody gives you their name, if you address them by name, your application goes way, way up the list. Okay, so dear Amy, yours sincerely, Chris Ketchell. My CV's attached. I've addressed the person. That's the job on offer, and that's her email address. And then once you've done that, just click your send button, which is hidden underneath here. There, send. Right. And there it is. You've got the job. If you have a look in your sent items mail, and there it is. I've sent it. You could print that out as evidence. Or I'm going to apply for another job now, but I'm going to do it a little bit quicker to give you an idea. So if you've got a few jobs and a few email addresses, this is the quickest way to apply. So this time, you've just logged in. You've got a job that you want to email your CV off for. Click on your sent items mail. Use the top one because it'll be the most up-to-date CV. I'm just going to open this one we sent to Amy. I'm going to click forward. This is the most important button. If you don't click forward, you won't be able to do anything at all. Forward, and the email pops down here. I want to click edit subject so that I can change the job. And this time, the job is for an admin assistant. So I'm going to put that in here where the job details go. So you can delete this. Don't check my spelling, but obviously you're going to check yours. I'm going to put the reference number in, which is 277 3654. There it is. I'm going to delete this. I don't need to know that I've sent it for another job. So it starts off dear. I'm going to change that back to Sandra, because I'm not addressing Sandra this time. Sandra, yours sincerely. CV still attached, you see, so you don't have to worry about attaching it. It's still the same CV. Cover letter's done. This time I'm going to address Sandra. My email address is sandra@loadsofjobs.com. So that's so all it needs is, the main thing is to find the right email that's already got your CV on, it's got a cover letter on, and click forward. Once you've done that, or you've learned how to do that, the rest is a doddle. You just put their email address in the top, and I'll show you some tricks for finding people's email addresses, whatever the job is. Just, you can tinker up your cover letter as much as you like. The more you tinker around with it though, the more you'll have to tinker with it when you send off for your next job. But otherwise, I'm just going to send it. Okay, so that's sent that. Now a copy of that has gone into the sent items. So that's gone off for that job, great, and you've got a record of it here. There it is, to Sandra. If you want to print it out, by the way, you can just click open, and again on this little button here where you've got more, one of the options is print. So if you wanted to print some copies for the job centre, have a look in your sent items folder, click on each of these emails and you can print them out as well. Print. Okay. Now I'm going to do the last job, but I'm going to do it a lot faster, or normal speed. It's not going to be outrageous, but just to show you that you can actually apply for a job by email in under a minute. You can time it, and I can guarantee this is less than a minute, even though I'm talking to you. So I've got a job in front of me. It's for a personal carer. I've got a reference number to it, and I've got an email address. Okay, I'm going to apply for it. You time me, see how long it's going to take me. I'm logged in to my email. I click on my sent mail. I'm looking for one with a CV on. There's loads here. The top one is probably the newest. I'm going to use that. So I'm going to click that to open it. And there it is. It's got my CV. It's got a cover letter. I'm going to choose forward on here to send it on to someone else. You must choose that button. And then it's popped down here. This is the new copy of it. And then I'm going to click that drop down so I can edit the subject. And then it pops over here. All right. Now this time, the job is personal carer. The reference number is 873 7625. I'm going to get rid of this so they can't see where I've sent it to before, but don't break your leg over it. So this time it's Damien. Make sure you spell their name right. The worst thing is to spell somebody's name wrong. Yeah. And Damien at loadsofcare.com. Always triple check their email address to make sure you've got it right. CV still attached. There's the cover letter. Details are in. Just remains to send it. And there it is. You can do it in less than a minute. So if you can find jobs with email addresses, just jot the email addresses down, what the job title is and the reference number. You can apply for 5 jobs in 5 minutes once you're logged in. And there it is. And if you want to print out, just click on it. Click the little down arrow, but instead of choosing forward, this time we'll click print. You get an option to print come up. There it is. Don't change the printer, just print it. And there you are. You've got your details or proof for the job centre that you've emailed for that job. That's all there is to it. Stop recording.